Hi there, I'm Dr. Roger Landry, and I'm the president of Masterpiece Living. And I want to talk about a subject that is near and dear to me and where I am in my life, and to many more baby boomers and even younger. And that is that we have aging parents, and we're seeing them become older, and we're becoming concerned about how they are going to age, and we would like to see them have a more proactive and preventive lifestyle so that they can limit the amount of challenge and decline that they experience in their age. We know that the research is very clear. If you pay attention to your physical, mental, and social and spiritual self, that the research shows that you have the possibility of staying at very high function for longer and longer periods of time. We love our parents. We don't want to see them have to be institutionalized or in some way have to suffer over a long period of life. And so what can we do? Many times we may suggest something and it's resisted. You get some pushback on that. I know it has happened to me. And so what do you do in that case? Well, a true coach, and coaching is something that we have studied extensively in Masterpiece Living, because we work with individuals, older individuals, and how to stimulate them to want to achieve a more successful aging experience. And it's basically about them, not you, not what you want to accomplish, but what they value in life. So I think the first thing is to sit down and say, Mom, Dad, what is it you want to be able to do in 3 years, or 2 years, or 4 years? What's important to you in life? If you don't get much of an answer, say, I remember you used to really like to do this and you don't do it anymore. And think about how you can make accommodations so that they can pursue that passion they had. Or ask them what they were passionate about and maybe had to give up because of you and your brothers and sisters, or their job. And that occurred frequently in the greatest generation, who thought more of others and of the greater good than themselves. So that's a good conversation to begin with. And there you may get a hook, so to speak, something that they're passionate about, have not explored. And if you can then begin a process of introducing that into their lives, or recommending or suggesting or maybe making a little thing happen. You can't tell them what to do. You can't just descend upon them with all this, but a little teaser that if they like photography, would you take a picture of this, and there's a picture, and maybe it's the beginning of something. So it's about coaching, and coaching is always about what is important to the person being coached. And I don't even like that term because it's somewhat passive. A coach really works with an individual to bring out what is important to them so that they can explore it. So for instance, you might say, well, what would you like to do in 2 years? And they may tell you and say, well, what does that look like in 2 years? What would you need to be able to do physically and intellectually? And so what's required? And then you say, well, the way to keep those things, I understand from the books and everything, is to use those skills. So perhaps it's going to be very important that you stay physically active. And remember, any change that you recommend for all of us, for you, for them, that you recommend, should always be in small steps. Because otherwise we tend to fail, like our New Year's resolutions, we tend to fail. So very small steps towards whatever goal you want to achieve. That's a beginning, and you can get a book on coaching and find out more about that, but it's a matter of just the bottom line is what is important to your parents, and how can you sort of tease them into pursuing that passion.